the Kingdom Nation. I'm your host, Dr. Latricia Roberts. Listen, we are going to continue with our episodes on bullying. This is the final one, and we pray that it has been helpful to you. Let me introduce my co-host, none other than the Apostle Tanya Stewart. Hello, my sister.
Hello, my sister.
You looking good, my sister?
Hey, the glory of the Lord is on my side. How about that?
How about that? So we're going to go ahead and jump in because this has been a very needful topic.
Yes.
And we need to discuss this, and parents need to be having discussions with their children.
Yes.
And so with the last two shows, this is our third show and the final on this series, unless the Lord tells us to come back and do it again, we go where he leads us.
Yes.
And that has been on bullying and how it is so prevalent in the schools and in our honesty, even in the churches. But that's the side they don't even want to tell you about.
No.
So bullying is actually everywhere.
Yes,
the new name we discussed last week was, and that is called shaming.
Yes.
It's still bullying.
Yes.
And so what we have to do is combat these things by what we say, how we feel about ourselves, and what we do. And so we're just going to recap real quick on what bullying is, and that is aggravated, unwanted aggression from other kids, fighting, the hitting, the whole nine. And so we have to be careful and be watchful of our children. We discussed how to see signs. If your kids was A students and now all of a sudden their grades are slipping, but you still see them studying everything, you need to have conversations. I even think we jumped on the part about even getting back to the dinner table and talking where mom can see and dad could see everybody. And this is, tell how was your day. And the main thing that kept coming up was communication.
That is so true. Communication is everything.
It is. It
doesn't matter
is.
how old or how young,
Mm-hmm.
communication still needs to exist so
Right.
that the relationship continues to grow. Therefore, when your child says something, you
Mm-hmm.
know something wrong just because
Right.
they said something.
Right.
In their sound, if it wasn't right, then you know, okay, how was your day, Johnny?
Right.
How was your day, Janine? And then they begin to open up to you and say, well, this happened and that happened.
Right.
But if you're not at the dinner table, building that relationship.
Or
and
even
that
sitting down and
confidence.
talking,
Yes.
just sit down. Let's say, how was your day?
Yes.
Let's really have and be concerned about how their day was.
Yes.
Because we were talking before the show, and we were saying that children now are dealing with stuff we didn't start dealing with until we became grown.
That's
These
true.
kids are dealing with it now.
Yes,
so
they
some
are.
of this stuff that we don't want to talk or we think they're too young, baby, the kids are already dealing with it. So
Yes.
bullying is just one of the things you need to be discussing with your child. The other one is sex. The other one is, it goes so many places.
Yes, it
That watch
does.
this, that wasn't really an issue.
No.
Mama had to talk with you about sex.
Yes.
But now, it's like in the bathroom, on the bus, you're like, what's going on? So these are conversations we need to be having with our children, and not just peer to peer, but the adults need to be saying, hey, how was your day? How you doing? And some of this, and we see it on TV a lot, how the kids just storm off. That's unacceptable behavior towards a parent. Or any adult, in our honesty. And I can understand the child being angry or not wanting to talk about it, but you should be able to get to your child. Slamming doors and things like that, unacceptable, because the child is really telling you, I'm having an issue, and I don't know how to say it right, and I don't know how to deal with it, so I'm going to lash out this way. And as a parent, you know your child. Can't nobody tell you about your child.
Right.
You know what they will do and what they will not do. So if your daughter came home and all of a sudden start slamming doors, that's not how she behaves. There's an issue, something's going on, and you will start inquiring, baby, what happened at school today?
Yes. How you feeling? You okay?
Right.
And then she would start talking, or she would withdraw, and then she come back when she's ready to communicate. In other words, you got to know the personality of your child,
Right.
and how to get them to open up, because when they open up, then you'll know what's going on in their life, and what's going on in their heart, what's going on in school, what's making them mad, what's making them agitated.
Right.
Because when the bullying starts, they don't always want to talk, but
Yeah.
it's a silent cry for
Right. It really is. That's good. It's a silent cry. Then watch this. And sometimes if you're not paying attention, you won't hear it. Yeah. And you will miss it. You won't hear it, and you will miss it.
Yes.
And you think, well, my baby just that way. No. Baby wasn't like that until she started going to school and find out what's going on with baby. And then some other things is the bullies, they don't bully by themselves a lot.
No, they do
And so we have to be careful of what's going on. And we want all our kids to have nice things.
Of course.
But there are kids out there who are unfortunate who don't have nice things or nicer things or even some things at all. And so they make your child feel bad because they have. And so now here's another issue. So I'm going to pick on you because of that, or pick on you because you look different. So there was different types of bullying, from physical to social to cyber
Yes.
to verbal, so there's a whole spectrum, of everything that's going on.
Yes.
Now, and bullying is not just for children.
No, it's for adults.
Come on.
In different areas of life.
Come on.
Because remember, it used to just be peer pressure when we dealt with the kids years ago. But now it's a whole nother arena. And, we said we weren't going to talk about church, but there's bullying going on in the church.
There is bullying in church. There is. You think you get special privileges because of who you are, or you try to make other people feel bad because you got on the latest. This is sitting in the church.
In the church.
In the church. And so what we need to do is now start paying attention to the children, period, not just, at school. At the church as well, because watch this, there's stuff going on at church that we need to talk about that they don't want to talk about.
And that's true, because here we find that our kids are being exposed to so many things that in the school district and even in the Christian schools. You're being exposed.
Come on.
So we need to teach our children so the streets don't teach our children. We need to prepare them.
Come on now.
So the streets don't
Come on,
prepare
come on,
them.
come on, come on.
Because all these things they've been open to, and we're trying to protect
You're going to have to go back. What do you mean open to? What do you, let's go
Open.
back. Come on.
Open in the music. There's
Come
a
on.
whole lot of perversion in the music.
Come on.
There's a whole lot of perversion on television.
Yeah.
We have to teach our children so they won't look at television and hear the radio and think that's real life.
So let's take it back. So you're telling me they're not okay. So we know in the world and society, on their phones, whatever they're listening to, it's perversion. So let's go back, because I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yes.
In the school districts, they're open to certain things too.
Oh yes, because they listen to their music while they're doing their work.
But is that the only thing they're open to in school?
Oh, they're open to a lot of different things that
Okay.
they shouldn't be. Well, we didn't think they should be
Okay.
exposed
Okay.
to early. But they're bringing it in the schools because, remember, they're listening to the music, they're watching the videos, so they're practicing to see if it works. You have, they used to wear different color bands to represent different things.
Yeah, you're
that
absolutely
these girls
correct.
would do.
And watch this, and most parents didn't know. It was coded. You
Yes.
understand? Most parents did not know.
So how much codes we don't know yet?
Ooh, come on now. So watch this. The other thing I was trying to get you to go into was also the fact that our kids are being exposed even through the teachers
Yes.
of different. Now watch this. They don't want religion in school, but then you have teachers teaching them about to worship moons and suns, and that's a form of religion. So
Yes.
we're gonna take it out. Take it out. Watch this. So your child could be, exposed to witchcraft. I'm just going to put it out there. And so we have to be careful and find out. My mother would go to school, talk to my teachers, and find out what's going on. So she got a feel of the teachers. And she, and then start to figure out what's going on. Especially if I kept coming home and go, Mama, I don't like this teacher. Or this teacher's mean to me. Or woo, woo, woo. She wasn't, take my word. Let's go talk. She's going to school tomorrow. Come on.
What happened to the PTA meetings where the parents would come in and volunteer so they could see what's going on in the classroom? Is that why
We're busy. We're too busy now. We're too busy.
But
We're too
is that
busy.
why our children are being
Man, we're too busy.
violated all over the
Watch
city
this. The
and
kids know their parents ain't going to come. So they know they can get away with certain things because the parents are not even going to show up. So now the question becomes, what are we doing and how are we raising our children?
That's true.
Because watch this. Because if you was really active to some degree, because I don't want to say in every case, but in some degree, you might even know about the bullying.
Yes.
Okay, so what I found that there were 5 ways to combat bullying with your child.
Okay.
But you know what? We're gonna go pay some bills real quick because we got all excited and got a little emotional, and y'all know how she get me off track. I'm gonna blame it on her. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna be right back after this.
There's a university in the valley rising above the ordinary.
A place where higher learning
means we look higher.
And Christ is the center of everything we do. Arizona Christian University.
We prepare you for a wide range of careers.
in business, education, and healthcare.
Media, government,
And full-time ministry.
You'll love the small class sizes.
And with 6 new programs to study, the degree choices are better than ever.
God has a plan for you at Arizona Christian University.
Welcome back to Kingdom Nation. I'm your host, Dr. Latricia Roberts. Before we went to the break, we were all off schedule, off topic. Here's my co-host, Apostle Tanya Stewart. It was her fault that we got off topic. I'm just saying we were supposed to be talking about bullying and end up on family, but see, it all goes together. So in all honesty, we were still on topic. We're just trying to work that out. So before we went on break, we still supposed to be talking about bullying. Ended up on family. And so let's come back full circle, because if we come back to the dinner table, if we, really have open communication with our kids, then some of this bullying can be found out before they get to the suicidal stage.
Yes.
Before they get to the stage where we want to bring a gun to school. Because now watch this, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but this is not just a one-time bullying thing when they get to that state.
No. It's crucial at that point, because they're mentally thinking about it now. They're acting it out in their mind because they're tired of being
That's a good word right there.
They're tired of it.
Being picked on. Yeah. And
nobody's doing anything. They're missing their silent cry for help, and they're telling the teacher, but the teacher's not
listening
as fast as they need to. And so now you have a child that's saying, since you won't help me, I'll take it. Come on now. And watch this. And the reason they're acting out so violently, could it be the video games? Yes, that's true.
Could it be some of the movies that we allow our kids to watch?
That's true.
So they only, and watch this, they only see resolution sometimes with the gun, with the knife. Back in the day, we would fight it out.
Yes.
Now it's, I'm going to stab you, I'm going to kill you type of thing. But this is not somebody who's been bullied one time.
No.
This has been, like you said, they've gotten fed up with it, and I'm tired of it. Now I have to lash out.
Yes.
When they spoke to somebody or talked to somebody up front, maybe got some help, it wouldn't get to this level. It wouldn't get to this stage. So how do we, and I know we keep saying communication because that's so vital in this particular subject.
Yes.
We have to talk to our kids.
And listen.
Oh, wow.
And listen.
Wow. Come on.
And it's just not somebody's emotions. But go to the school.
Find out what's going on. Yeah.
So that you can know what's going on and develop a plan, a strategy.
Come on.
So that our children can get the help that they need. So they won't have to go and try to steal grandpa gun or daddy gun, cousin gun.
Come on.
To say, nobody cares, let me go fight them with a gun.
Come
I'm
on.
going to kill them because they won't stop messing
They won't stop messing with me. It's a shame that society has gotten so that because you're a little different, it's like, here's a sign to pick on me.
Yeah.
And so you have those kids who are too afraid to say anything. Maybe he's the quiet one in the class, and Mr. I want to be popular is picking on it.
Or the nerd in the class. You're smart.
Right.
You know your assignments. You are the A student.
Right. And honestly, those are the ones that are picked on.
And called nerds.
Right.
And brainy. These are the ones that are picked on, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. And 9 times out of 10, the ones who are doing the bully, most of the time, they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to see how you feel about it. What if the students are bullying the teachers?
That happens too. Because understand, these children are not the same children 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Right.
Where they have morals, values, and beliefs established.
Come on.
And so when we don't have that implemented in our children, then we get the radio. We get the television. We get the video games. Why? Because that's what's in them.
So in other words, they're going to start showing you what they've been eating a lot of.
Yes.
And in other words, when we say eating, we mean paying attention or giving attention to. More. Yeah, right. So spiritually, you are what you eat. So naturally, you're the same way. So if I'm watching and putting in my spirit all the time, guns and violence and then this is all that's going to come out.
So I'm going to be violent.
Come on.
To me, I'm going to have an attitude.
Right.
I'm going to be aggressive.
Now they think that's cute to have an attitude. Now they think it's cute to get smart and, no. You're on fleek all the time. No. So watch this. So you said something. You said morals and values that's not taught and supposed to be taught at home.
Yes.
And reiterated at school. But if they're not getting it.
And that's the part. Why aren't our parents supporting our children like they used to?
You know what?
It's not all the parents.
Come on.
But it's
it's definitely not all the parents. We're not saying that.
It's enough to say, where are the parents?
When you got 7-year-old, 8-year-olds killing themselves, 12-year-olds killing themselves. The one young lady, they told her, well, kill yourself, and she went and did it.
Oh, my God.
My God, blew her chest open. I think she was 12 or 13. What are we? That's not cute.
No.
That is a form of verbal abuse. And for the life, we need to stop saying that, because I hear adults say, well, just go kill yourself. That's not funny. Because now you got people who are in whatever state that they're in, and you don't know. Everybody can smile, folks can smile in your face and still be hurting, and you say that to them, and then the enemy starts talking and tell them that is their only out.
They're tormenting their thoughts.
Come on.
Feeding them that death wish, saying nobody cares about you. Here it is, their self-esteem, their value goes down, because now they feel like they're unloved, they're unwanted.
And you keep picking on me. You keep saying stuff.
You keep rejecting me.
Right.
You keep telling me I'm nothing. You keep telling me I need to not live again, not hope again. You keep telling me negativity. So now that's getting on the inside. That brings contamination.
Right. When was the last time, and here we go again, getting off. When was the last time you actually hugged your child? Not text them.
Should be every day.
It should be every day.
Because
but they think when they get a certain age, they don't need a hug. But watch this. I would dare to say they still need a hug, no matter what age they are.
Everybody needs love.
Right.
And if everybody had love, then we wouldn't have to make fun of other people.
So is this one of the bullying's issue? Because sometimes folks that bully are just as hurt as the ones they're picking on.
And that's true. But are they lacking love? Are they lacking attention? Because most of the time when you bully, you want people to see you. So if you want people to see you,
I want to feel important. I want to be popular. I want to be, And see that what others do, they join in with it. Don't get into that. Don't take part of that.
Instead of saying, don't do it. Why can't the ones that are
Because see, that don't look cool. See, then sometimes that turns on them. So that's a reason a lot of them don't say anything.
That's true.
And sometimes it's just a matter of somebody speaking up and saying something, and we won't do it. And sometimes that can deter the whole thing. But we need to be more vocal about what's going on, about the health and the welfare of our children and how they're living, what they're feeling. Not saying we got to be all emotional, but watch this. When your child comes home, their grades are going down. They don't want to come home. They never have lunch money that you give them. They didn't eat. They're sad. They on their room crying, and they got anger issues, and you're like, what's going on? You need to start looking at some other factors other than I can't buy them the latest tennis shoes. It ain't about the tennis shoe, honey. No. It's about what's going on in school, what kids are saying to them, because they're smart, because they're cute. It's a plethora of things, and we need to combat it as parents.
Yes, with love.
Yeah.
Because many of these kids, when you start hearing their stories, unfortunately, some parents have to go to work, and they're not with their children as much. And we need to be able to develop a system where if they can't be there, somebody else be there.
Somebody else can be there. True.
To be able to encourage them, take them to the movies, take them bowling, encourage them to what do you want to do when you get older, and what do you want to be when you grow up? What is your purpose? They're missing that value system.
You know what? We just having a good conversation about bullying. We'll be right back after this. Hey, welcome back to Kingdom Nation. I'm your host, Dr. Latricia Roberts, and with me always is none other than my friend, none other than my co-host, the Apostle Tanya Stewart. Before we went to commercial, we was talking about, we sort of got off track again, but we were talking about bullying.
Yes.
At least the beginning part we was talking about bullying, then we got off, but now we're back. And so we were talking about the effects of bullying, the different types of bullying. Yeah. But I found this, and it said that 5 ways to bully-proof your child while they're in school.
Yes.
1, let's talk.
Yes. Okay?
And that's been the main thing is communication. We got to talk to our children. Yes. How do we think we can't talk to them? What's going on? You can't find out anything. Even in marriage, you got to talk. At church, you got to talk. Even when you praying, you talking to God. So how much more we need to talk to our children who's in the schools, who's seeing certain things they should or should not be seeing. We got to talk to them about bullying.
Social skills. Our social skills
are lacking now.
Off.
Yeah.
Because everything is text. Mm-hmm. Everything is Instagram. Everything is non-sociable, non-face-to-face. Mm-hmm. And so we need to get back to the basics.
Come on. Oh, that's good.
As a family.
That's good. That's good.
So that our children will know how to come to us as parents when they're being bullied or mishandled.
But you know what? We have to have that open door with our children, like they say, work open door policy.
Yes.
That your child can come to you and you not just downplay what they've said,
Yes.
disregard what they said, or no, you making this up. I mean, you as a parent, you know your child and you know how they speak and what they say, and you know now we got to fact check even our
Yes.
children, because some of them will make up stuff to get out of trouble.
And
But
get
again,
attention.
if your child come to you and say, hey, this person's picking on me, that's worth investigating.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's worth investigating. So number 2 was to remove the bait. I thought that was good. And what they meant by that was to remove the bait. If your child is being bullied because of the maybe nice electronic gadgets they have or certain things they're taking to school, even if it's talking about lunch money, it says maybe shift them and change them and let them start bringing their lunch. Because if they're looking for money and the kid don't have it because they brought their lunch, that might help. Unfortunately, that means you're shifting to help prepare the lunches or whatever. But if that causes the bullying to stop,
Right, and your child to be safe.
your child to be safe. So sometimes all the gadgets that we buy kids and everything, they don't need to take to school in the first place.
That's so true.
Okay, so that will keep one of the things, some of the bullying down. The other thing that says buddy up for safety. So instead of going to the bathroom, if it's possible by yourself, and you know this is where a lot of bullies hang out in the bathroom,
Yes.
or in the hallways in certain parts, you know, where you're going to the bathroom, then go with somebody. Take somebody, and it sounds, but if it keeps you out of harm's way, I would rather a child do that. So buddy up, take somebody with you. Don't walk home by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do that anyway, because there are kids out there preying on children and snatching kids and doing everything else. So you should buddy up for safety in
Yes.
school and outside of school.
Yes.
So the other thing they said, number 4, was keep calm and carry on. So in other words, if you're being bullied, once you didn't give that initial stop, don't stand there, because the more you stand there and go back and forth with that person, the more enraged they're going to get. And then something else, as they say, could really pop off. So then instead of staying there, just keep it moving. They can say whatever they want to say. Just keep it moving. So you don't have to, you know, you're studying here. No. Let them say what they want to say, because they're going to talk around their friends to make you feel bad and laugh at you. But you just keep walking home. The closer you get to home, the closer you get to safety, be it a grocery store or whatever. Just keep moving. Don't stand there and argue with them, because that's where the fights start. Because the other kids get around and begin to egg it on, and you know, so instigating. Yeah. So you don't take that. Don't even be a part of it. Just keep moving. Keep moving. The 5th thing was, don't try to fight the battle yourself.
That's so true.
Don't try to fight the battle yourself. So instead of standing there fighting with them, get to, like I just said, a safe place.
Safe place.
Tell somebody, going back to that communication, because they really all tie together.
Yes.
And communicate and let somebody know you're not by yourself.
No.
And so I got that information from kidshealth.org.
Okay.
But I found a couple other organizations out there on the website. So parents, if your children are dealing with this, go out on the internet. There's some helpful information. I also found, and I think you found as well, nobullying.com.
Yes.
And then the other one I found was the stopoutbullying.org. They even have a live chat where they'll chat with the kids.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So that you can get on there. If you're going to chat about something, and this is one thing to chat about, if you're really getting bullied, you can tell somebody.
And if you don't want to talk to your parents,
Right.
reach out to somebody that can help you through the process, so that you don't have to stay in that situation. Many times when kids begin to want to think about suicide, it's because they think they're all alone and nobody cares.
Right.
But these systems that you have spoken about are set up and established to
Right,
prevent
right.
them from going overboard, but to cause them to know you don't have to do
You
this
don't
by
have to. You
yourself.
don't. And you can't handle it.
No.
You need somebody to help you.
To walk
The
you
other
through
thing was, maybe the parent, you tell your parent, and that parent needs to get with the parent of the bullying
That's
at
true.
a school.
That's true.
And not privately, because this is where a whole lot of issues can come about.
Right.
But with another counselor or the principal, hey, we're bringing it to your attention.
That's true.
This is going on. Because if it's not being
Addressed.
addressed, then it never basically happened. You know, they say if it's not in black and white, it never happened.
That's true.
So
And
we need to be made aware, because sometimes the kids you likely expect are bullies at school sometimes.
sometimes they are, and then if you don't sit down with someone and talk about it, then it doesn't exist.
Right.
Because then the other child is saying, well, I'm not doing that, and I'm not doing
Exactly.
that. But when you bring it to the forefront and you have both parties, then they can discuss it. Well, you did me like this, and I didn't like that.
And then the parents can come up with a plan.
A strategy.
A strategy.
That's
So, if this happens again, let me know. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to talk to her. And we can work something out. We cannot take matters into our own hands, because sometimes things get out of control, and it will be a he say, she say type conversation.
Yes.
I didn't and you did. Well, this is what we're going to do from now on. And so we have to take back certain parts of this.
That's right.
Because once you give that person that's bullying that control, they'll try to run it. And so they're going to bully you in crowds. Most bullies are not going to bully by himself.
No.
He
Because
needs
they
somebody.
wanna be seen.
Right, they want to be seen. Yeah.
And so therefore, when the parents make them accountable, then they have to do what's right.
Right. So now this involves everybody, not just you. And so the kid feels better because it's not just them.
Right.
They're not anybody else. Now they're going, okay, my parents are on my side, and they're going to protect me.
And I have some help.
And I have some help. Right.
And I can go to a safe place.
So let's go back, because you keep saying safe place. So what if that safe place is not so safe?
What if that safe place is not so safe?
So what if I'm trying to tell a teacher,
And they're not listening.
they're not listening?
And they can't hear the silent cry.
Come on.
That means you need to reach out to a principal, as you said earlier, a counselor, or an aunt or uncle, someone you can trust.
Right.
So
I wouldn't care if you can or can't trust them. If you're getting bullied that bad, if you need to go, if you're walking past a grocery store, run in there. Run in there until you're safe, and tell the security guard, tell somebody that these, they're messing with me, because it's not just about bullying. Sometimes the bullying goes a little far.
And it can be. But how many kids do we know that will open up like that
True.
if they don't trust?
True.
Because they hide it because they feel like they are not going to believe me. But if I tell somebody that I can trust, they'll be my hero. They'll help me. They'll defend me. If I tell somebody that I believe in.
Be it physical bullying, verbal bullying, it's abuse, no matter, or I'm sorry, shaming, because it's still a form of bullying. So what we want is all the kids to listen, you have a safe place. Talk to the teachers, talk to a policeman, get some help. Go to the site, I said, the stompoutbullying.org. They have a live chat. Tell somebody, get you some help. You don't have to do this by yourself. Listen, we done spent our time, but before we go, we have a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-273-TALK. Again, that's 1-800-273-TALK. Listen, there is help out there. We want you to get help. And, of course, stop the bullying. We love you. Be blessed.